You think you know the moment your life changes, but the truth is, it always happens in silence. It always begins in a place where no one is watching, where your heart feels heavy, where your breath sits in your chest like a secret you're scared to say out loud. And tonight, I want to tell you something that might shake you a little, something you won't forget when this video ends, because deep down you already know it's true. The most dangerous person in any relationship is the one who finally learns how to stay calm, because silence, real silence, changes everything. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you're standing at a point where you're tired of chasing, tired of begging, tired of explaining your worth to someone who only understood you when you were suffering. Maybe you've reached a point where you're not angry anymore, you're just done. And there's a strange kind of power in that moment, isn't there? A power that feels like a quiet fire burning under your skin. A power that makes the other person wonder why you stopped reacting, why you stopped fighting, why you stopped letting their chaos pull you into the storm. Because when you stop reacting, they start noticing. When you stop talking, they start listening. And when you stop caring the way you used to, they start fearing that you finally realized you deserve better. There is something deeply stoic about this shift, something ancient, something that lives inside every man and woman who has ever been pushed to the edge and found strength in the fall. Marcus Aurelius said that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. And in relationships, those thoughts are shaped by pain, by longing, by desire, by disappointment, by the soft whispers of hope that sometimes feel like lies, and sometimes feel like the only thing keeping you alive. And yet, even in all that noise, the strongest people learn to step back. They learn to breathe. They learn to observe without needing to control. They learn the art of the pause, and the pause is what shifts the entire dynamic. Think about it. Think about the last time someone pulled away from you. You felt it instantly, not because they said anything, but because they didn't. Silence is a signal your mind cannot ignore. And in relationships today, especially in a world where everything moves fast, where everyone is connected, where attention is the new currency, silence speaks louder than any argument. It's the one thing people can't manipulate. It's the one thing people can't twist. It's the one thing that forces the truth to come out. And when you finally decide to be silent, not out of fear, not out of hurt, but out of understanding, that's when everything shifts in your favor. Men feel this, women feel this. When someone stops giving energy, the entire relationship dynamic rewires itself. And suddenly, the person who took you for granted starts to panic. They replay every moment in their head. They analyze your last words. They check your social media. They wonder who else you might be talking to, who else might be touching your mind, your emotions, your body. They wonder if someone else has access to the version of you they ignored, and that fear, that deep, primal fear of losing something they thought they owned, pulls them back in. But the truth is, you're not the same person they walked away from. Silence changes you. Pain matures you. Reflection rebuilds you. And desire, real desire, creates clarity. The kind of clarity that shows you the difference between being wanted and being valued, between being touched and being understood, between being sexy and being sacred. And yes, relationships carry that kind of intensity. That blend of emotion and physical connection, that magnetic pull between two people who feel each other even when they're not touching. But that intensity becomes dangerous when it's not respected, when someone plays with it, when someone abuses the access you gave them. You know exactly what that feels like, the late, night thoughts, the tension in your chest, the questions you ask yourself in the dark. Why wasn't I enough? Why didn't they stay? Why did they treat me like that? And in those moments, you imagine them with someone else. You imagine their hands on another body, their lips whispering things they once said to you, and it burns. Not because you want them back, but because you trusted them. You let them see parts of you no one else sees. You let them into your mind, into your past, into your insecurities, into your fantasies, into your feelings, into your bed, and they didn't protect that access the way you hoped they would. But there is something you need to hear right now. The version of you who loved deeply is not the version of you who will rise next. The one who rises is colder, sharper, wiser, calmer. The one who rises doesn't chase. The one who rises doesn't beg. The one who rises chooses themselves in a way that changes the entire future. And that's where your story shifts from heartbreak to power, from confusion to clarity, from being controlled to being unshakable. This is the moment Stoicism becomes more than philosophy. It becomes a weapon, a shield, a new identity, because when you become calm, you become unpredictable. And in relationships, especially today, especially in America, especially in a world where people mistake accessibility for ownership, being unpredictable is the strongest position you can hold. You start talking less. You start seeing through people faster. You start noticing who reaches out only when they're bored, who touches you only when they want something, who compliments you only to keep you attached, who apologizes only to reset the cycle. You start hearing the lies behind the sweet words. You start feeling the truth behind the silence. And suddenly, you no longer fall for the things that once owned you. You no longer break the way you used to. You no longer let lust blind you. You no longer confuse attention with affection, or sex with love, or chemistry with commitment. And the person you were once obsessed with, they start feeling you slip away. They don't know why. They don't know what changed. They don't know how you went from giving them everything to giving them nothing but a calm stare. They replay your last conversation. They try to figure out when they lost their grip. They wonder who you're texting. They wonder who's making you smile. They wonder who's touching your mind, your energy, your body. They wonder if you finally realized you deserve someone who loves you in a way that feels peaceful, not painful. This silence becomes the suspense they can't escape. Every human being feels this, every man, every woman. Because deep down, we all fear losing someone who once gave us emotional intimacy, intellectual connection, physical closeness, that soft and dangerous tension that reveals itself in quiet moments. We fear being replaced. We fear not being enough. We fear that someone else will appreciate what we ignored. And yet, the moment you stop fearing these things, everything changes. You begin to attract differently. You begin to choose differently. You begin to speak differently. You begin to walk differently. People notice. They can feel that you're not desperate. They can feel that you're not seeking validation. They can feel that your energy is expensive. And when your energy becomes expensive, the wrong people get intimidated, and the right people get inspired. The truth is, Stoic relationships aren't cold. They're intentional. They're passionate without chaos. They're intimate without obsession. They're sexual without manipulation. They're deep without desperation. They are built on honesty, clarity, boundaries, respect, attraction, and emotional intelligence. A Stoic partner doesn't need to control you because they trust themselves. They don't need to chase because they stay steady. They don't need to prove their worth because they embody it. And that kind of presence, the kind that feels strong, calm, masculine or feminine in its own grounded way, that kind of presence is rare. Rare enough that when someone loses it, they feel it forever. And maybe you've been giving your presence to someone who didn't deserve it. Someone who loved your body but not your mind. Someone who liked your attention but not your ambition. Someone who enjoyed the benefits of you but never matched the energy you poured into them. Someone who touched you but never understood you. Someone who wanted the thrill but not the responsibility. But here's the twist. You only needed them to wake up the part of you that's rising now. You needed that pain to sharpen you. You needed that disappointment to reset you. You needed that heartbreak to redirect you. And when you finally look back, you'll realize they weren't your soulmate, they were your lesson. A lesson you'll never repeat. Because now your silence is sacred. Your body is sacred. Your heart is sacred. Your time is sacred. Your energy is sacred. Your presence is sacred. And when you treat yourself like someone worth protecting, the world treats you differently. Why you walk into rooms differently. You speak to people differently. You flirt differently. You connect differently. You choose lovers differently. You choose friends differently. You choose environments differently. You choose yourself every time, even when it's hard. And the people who lost access to you, they will feel it for a long time. They will miss the way you cared, the way you listened, the way you touched them, the way you made them feel safe, the way you understood their silence before they understood their own words. They will miss the emotional intimacy you gave so freely. They will miss the late-night talks that felt like secrets. They will miss the moments when their body against yours felt like home. They will miss the comfort of knowing someone like you existed in their life. But you will no longer miss them. You will miss the idea of them, maybe, the fantasy, the potential, the version you created in your mind. But not them, because the real them never aligned with what your soul needed. And deep inside, you know that. The next chapter of your life will feel different. It will feel calmer. It will feel clearer. It will feel more intentional. And yes, it will feel more passionate, not reckless, not toxic, not confusing, passionate in the way that two people who respect themselves and each other can experience. Passion rooted in presence, in desire, in emotional maturity, in honesty, in that slow, magnetic pull that doesn't need chaos to feel alive. The kind of intimacy that feels like trust, the kind of attraction that grows in silence, where two people learn each other deeply, slowly, intensely, without playing games. And you will experience that, not because you're lucky, but because you're growing into someone who won't settle for anything less. You are becoming stronger, more grounded, more unshakable, more self-controlled, more emotionally aware, more disciplined, more confident, and in relationship, especially in a world where weak minds chase temporary thrills. Your strength will set you apart. The person you're meant to be with will recognize that. They will see the way you carry yourself. They will see the calm in your eyes. They will see the passion behind your silence. They will see the depth in your presence. They will feel the tension that only grows when two people understand the power of mind, body, and soul aligned. They will see the version of you that others took for granted, and they will protect it, appreciate it, honor it. And until that person arrives, you keep becoming, you keep rising, you keep evolving, you keep choosing yourself. Because the journey of becoming your strongest self is the journey that attracts the right relationships. And here's the truth you must never forget. The same silence that scares the wrong person will attract the right one. The same strength that intimidates the wrong person will inspire the right one. The same boundaries that push away the wrong person will earn the respect of the right one. So tonight, breathe. Let the past loosen its grip. Let the memories fade gently. Let the heartbreak become wisdom. Let the desire for revenge dissolve into self-respect. Let the noise inside you settle. Let the calm rise. Let the silence speak for you, because the version of you that is emerging right now is the version your future was waiting for. And when the world finally sees this version of you steady, calm, confident, disciplined, magnetic, intentional, they'll wonder how you changed so fast. But you'll know it wasn't fast. It was quiet. It was painful. It was lonely. It was necessary. It was the price of becoming powerful. And that power is yours now.